Shocks from Flashark. I mean, look at it. It's in pristine condition. These are the coilovers we're going to be putting in. It's almost identical, same size. See, it's just a little guy. I don't know why it gave me so much problem. All right, I could be making a big mistake, but it's a little springy thingy.
And oh yeah, I think we got it.
But this lip back here was hitting the shock. Hopefully fall on his face. Good thing it's on the lift. Looks like it's been in there for a while. Now we're just hoping that these Honda Civic shocks will hold up the weight. Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome to Fixing Things. And today we're back on the Pinto. And we're working on the, well, you've seen by the description, we're putting coilover shocks on the front of it. We got these coilover shocks from Flashark. And what we're going to be doing on these is we're going to be retrofitting, modifying the original front suspension to fit these shocks. Already dirty and I just got out here. Anyways, the Pinto handles really good all by itself. The original spring pressure on the front springs is 350 pounds per square inch. And what we need is something somewhere between 400 and 500 pounds per square inch. That's what we need. So we need something that's adjustable. Well, Pastor Bill, why do we need more spring pressure? Well, because we got a V8 engine going in it. And the 4-cylinder engine, back over there on the other side of my plasma cutter, is a lot lighter. So we need something to handle the extra weight up front. So we need something with about 200 pounds more spring pressure, from 300 to about 500. So, and I think we have brand new aluminum heads, we got aluminum intake. So we're gonna be cutting down quite a bit of weight. So I'm thinking somewhere right in the ballpark, about 400 PSI. And now I know what you're thinking. I'm going to be taking apart this classic car. I mean, look at it. It's in pristine condition. It's absolutely beautiful. It's ready to go on the showroom floor. I mean, you know what that is? Someone put metal tape and put mud over it. They did the same thing back here. Oh, I was on the other side. They did it on the roof. I already fixed the roof. So their body work is impeccable on this thing. It's absolutely beautiful. They even got the metal. They put the metal tape over the chrome too. I don't. So this car is going to be an autocross car. And so to be, we're not going to be serious autocrossers by no means, but me and the wife just want to have fun in it. And we want it to handle good. We don't want it to be dipping into the corners because the motor weighs a lot more than the springs can handle, right? We want this thing to handle good going around the corners. A couple things that we will be doing, not on this video, is we're going to be putting an aftermarket sway bar front and rear. We're going to be making the sway bar for the rear. So if you haven't seen anything on the Pinto so far, well, we did a coilover suspension on the rear. Got the Flashark coilovers on it. Got a big panhard bar, and the panhard bar is not a sway bar. So, big difference. If you didn't have the panhard bar in there, the tires would come out and hit the fenders and hit the inner fender as it's going around corners. At this time, I want to introduce my sponsor, Flashark. Flashark is, they make coilover suspensions, they make exhausts, they make headers, they make all kinds of stuff. Four-wheel drive components for your hot rod, your off-wheel four-wheel drive, your little tuner. They make all kinds of stuff. Turbo stuff, manifolds so you can bolt it on. Matter of fact, for the original motor for this car, they make components for it. I wish I knew that before I pulled the motor out of it. I really do. But these are the coilovers we're going to be putting in, and these are for a Honda Civic. And the reason why I chose these is because Flashark gave them to me. And that's why we're putting me in this car. No, that's not exactly true. I bought it because I didn't buy. Take two. I chose these out of the selection that they had because, for one, they're the right length as the front shocks on this car. Two, the bottom has a eyelet hole in it. And three, it has a single post like the original shock. But I'm thinking we're going to use this fancy ring thing they got on here and see if we can't bolt it right to the original spring mount. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping this is going to be just drill 2 holes, slide this thing up in there, and bolt it on. That's what I'm hoping for. But go check out Flashark. You don't have to retrofit your stuff. They probably have coilover suspensions that drop 2 inches. They have ones where you can adjust your dampening on your spring, and on the inside there are adjustments for the hydraulic fluid that's inside the shark for your dampening inside your shock. These things are completely adjustable. You can adjust them here, adjust them on the spring rate. You can do all kinds of adjustments on it. Drop your car 2 inches, in some applications even 4 inches. So go on their website and check them out. I'll have a link down in the description. Also, I have a promo code that gives you 15%. FIX15, FIX15. That's for fixing things. FIX15. And if you use that code on their website, you'll get 15% off of your order. And trust me, 15% is a lot when you're trying to spend like $200, $300, $400. It adds up fast. Whew. So now all I gotta do now is put these things on, right? Anytime you're modifying stuff, we're not gonna modify these. We're gonna modify the car. Anytime you're modifying stuff, you're gonna run into trouble. If you go to Flashark, you may not have to modify them for your car. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about buying some for my wife's Challenger, because she wants to get some big wheels and everything to put under her car. And they got them already for her Challenger. Drop it down 2 inches, tires tucked up underneath there. Low profile, low and going. All right, let's get back on this Pinto. Now, I don't even know if these things are going to fit or not. So I guess before I even get going too far, is make sure they're going to fit. I'm not even sure if I can get this tire off. It ain't never been off the car in Lord knows how many years. All right, this might be maybe karate chop. Ah, that's not good. Maybe I'll take a dead blow hammer to the back side of it. Maybe to the front side of it. Oh, I got movement. That's the problem when you're using aluminum on steel. The dissimilar metals corrode against each other and they lock in tight. All right, I guess we'll lift this thing up a little higher because I don't want to bend over. I'm old. All right, so on inspection, if I'm lining up the hole down here and up here, in the rest position, it's almost identical, same size. And we may be able to just use the original nut they have here into the shock tower there. That's all that's holding this cap on right here is this nut. So I think we'll go ahead and take the shock out and we'll compare it with this one. All right, we'll spray a little loopy-doopy on the nut on the bottom of the shock. Spray it on the top. Let's see if we can't get this thing apart. That bad boy is on there. Let me see if we can't hit it from the other side. Gotta go lefty-loosey. All right, we got it off on this side. Why are you so... Why won't you come out of there? We're gonna make you better. Maybe if I spray some looby-dooby on the rubber parts of it. There shouldn't be no tension on it. All right. There's a roll pin that's up in here. I put some vice grips on it and I used impact and broke it loose. It was corroded to the bolt. And I put the weight of the car back down on it. This jack is loose. Sketchy stuff. And the bolt is now loose. And there it is. See, it's just a little guy. I don't know why it gave me so much problem. It was about time for a set of shocks. The rubber bushing is gone. So here's the roll pin. It was seized. It was seized inside that. All right. It's just a little dinky shock. Just like that. All right, I could be making a big mistake, but because once I cut this spring, I could just take the ball joint out, let it drop. But regardless, the spring rate on these springs are not right for what I want to do. So I think we're going to use the plasma cutter. Always doing sketchy stuff. Cut enough stuff out of there to eventually fall out. No wonder I can't see. Yeah, it was just rusted into place. There it is. Safety goggles on. With the safety goggles on, you can't see nothing. Give me the flashlight. I'm gonna start up high this time. There's a lot of weight on that spring. All right, I completely pulled down the strut as far as it would go. And this goes up, this washer, I guess all the way to the car, goes up against this little springy thingy on that washer. So I'm thinking we can just put this in its original location. Oh. This is the original cup. And it goes over that. But we need this piece here because that's what the spring goes up on. So this is the original, this is the one that came from the car. So this is actually is what this is. And the original shock went like that. And it keeps this rubber bushing from spewing out. The other one is on there. I don't think we need that. Originally, this was designed to bolt onto here. All we got to do is make sure this thing here will go up in that hole. We may cut these ears off, because even the one for this car just uses the center bolt. So let's see if we can get this piece on the car. So the idea is to see if we can get this piece to go in and, oh yeah, I think we got it. We don't even need to modify it. I think we were ready to put this thing together. That piece fits right in that cup just perfect, and it's got room for the spring. All right, let's start installing this thing. All right, I think the first thing we need to do is get this in here and put the spring right there and shove the shock in from the bottom. Maybe. Oh yeah. The center shaft with the adjustable wrench, and use the right size wrench for the nut. This stuff I'm using, this anti-seize, in the state of California, it causes cancer. So if you're in California, don't use that stuff. Got enough anti-seize on my fingers. Put on the next one. This is the locking nut for the Three years later. I can say these Flashark struts, and these things are very high quality. I was hoping these had the hydraulic dampening in it, but I don't think they do. I did not see no way to adjust them. So the only adjustment you have is your spring tension. So I may be able to bring up the spring tension just by squeezing the strut together. One thing I noticed is there is a drain hole, so if moisture gets down in here, it will drain out. That is a good thing. Let's put a little bit of anti-seize on. All right, so I had this shock up in here, and I couldn't really show you with the camera with the stuff in the way, but this lip back here was hitting the shock when I was trying to get the bolt to come through. So I think we're going to take the plasma cutter and just cut that little lip out. That's it. Just cut that little lip out. I know some of you are probably saying that's there for strength, but this thing was just shoved into a press when they made this thing. It's just stamped steel. And So most of the strength is right here. And we're changing this used to be the focal point for the spring. So the focal point for the spring now is going to be down here. Which it was getting the dampening, it was holding a dampening. So I don't think if we cut that out right there, I don't think we're going to have any problem. I'm either ruining the car or I'm not. I could have just left it alone. Of course I can't see now. I got my now do the same thing to the other side. All right, so I went ahead and put the bushing on here, and we'll see if we can't get this thing up in here. Hopefully I don't burn myself. Put the rubber stopper on top. Oh, there we go. See, that should give me that. All right. Oh, we're gonna have it now. To the bottom, we got an 1 5/8 inches. 1 5/8 inches from there. I'll do the other side exactly the same. And then we can count the number of turns from there. And when you're on the track, you may adjust these things too. One side, if you're going on a track that's all left turns, you may want to tighten the one side up higher than the other side. One hour later. Okay. And see, this is the farthest it goes down, so when it goes up, it actually clears even more. All right, guess we'll try getting that other side on. I want to get some spacers put in here too. So the old, use some of the, this is the pin that went through the shock. We'll cut some of these off so the Flashark thing can't slide back and forth. Now we'll snug down the top one. Boom. Flashark. And they said it couldn't be done. All right, hopefully it'll go in just as easy on this side. I went ahead and got the Looby Dooby on there. Anti-seize. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got it. We got it. So I just measured from the second lock ring down. I got my 1 5/8 like exactly like on the other side. So that means the spring has got the same tension on it. And then we'll put our cup on it, and I went ahead and put the stuff in it. Anti-seize. Look at that. There we go. I don't even have the nut on there. No wonder I couldn't tighten it. Man. Now the wrench fits on there. That bad boy's tight, ain't going nowhere. One up top, tighten down. All right. Perfecto. All right, so probably snug the bottom ring down and the 2 lock rings, and then put the wheels on it, put it back on the ground, see if it falls on its face. All right, so we got these things on there, and they fit very well. You can see where I had to gouge the metal out to make it fit. It was rubbing right back up in here. But she fits good. And I went ahead and gave it about 1/8 of an inch of gap here and got the other side exactly the same way. And tightened it all down. All the lock rings are tight. This lock ring tightens up against this. It keeps the shock from spinning and this loosening. You don't want that to fall off. And then this other lock ring, the center one, locks up against this one so the spring doesn't lose its adjustment. Now we just get the tires back on. Maybe we'll put all 4 tires back on and get this thing back on the ground and see what it does. Didn't look like the screw was all the way in. There it is. Find out in a second. Looks like it's been in there for a while. Oh yeah, we're good. Just a little shorty. It's been in there for a while. All right, let's get this thing on the ground. So now we got Flashark on the rear and on the front. Now we're just hoping that these Honda Civic shocks will hold up the weight. They should. They're about the same weight as the original springs. I don't see no thing. Let's see if we got a touchdown here in a second. All right, let's touchdown. Let's see. Oh, we have movement. The car is on the ground. I think it's sitting lower than it was. We don't have the motor in it yet, so the front end's high. Huh. Maybe it's gonna be all right. Whoa, 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 where are you going? Seems to move up and down a little bit, so it started to roll away on me when we get the 800 pounds of engine in there, we'll see what happens. Right now, it's just a little bit of sheet metal, right? Same thing with the back. Once we get all this stuff closed in back here, man, that looks good back there. So maybe you want to get you a set of Flasharks. Maybe you want to get you a set of good coilovers. Maybe you want to do some off-roading. Maybe you want to do some other stuff. Look them up. Look up Flashark. I got a link in my description, and also I got a promo code where you can get 15% off right here. 15% off on your Flasharks. And man, debris. Man, we cut up some springs, that's for sure. And I had to do something because without no springs, it just would have all the way back up. It may be all right. It may be all right. It may be all right. Please, Lord, let it be all right. Oh, they looks good. So we got 4-link suspension in the rear now. We got the coilovers front and rear. We got to get some sway bars front and rear. So I'll be ordering those soon, and we're going to be starting to work on the motor. So the motor, and we have the transmission. We need to make sure that the bell housing of the transmission goes in that opening. So some guys say they just smash it with a sledgehammer. I don't know. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spot wells. We may just drill out the spot wells, fold it in, and then re-weld it back up. Or we may do the sledgehammer. I may see if I can pull up some videos on how they did it. But the motor, I got a spacer for the carburetor. Got cam and lifters. Hopefully they ain't gonna, the flat tappet ain't gonna mess up on me. We're gonna go through a whole thing on the flat tappet camshaft. Got a brand new intake manifold here. We got the pistons and rods right here. We got the block ready to go. We got the oil pan already all shortened up so it fits into the, because the 302 was never designed to go in that car. So they had special oil pans for the Mustang IIs. Got the crankshaft ready to go. And I got some aluminum cylinder heads right over there from Speedmaster. Got an awesome deal on them. Awesome deal. Oh, thank you, Lord. There's my gloves, man. I was looking for my gloves. They were up there, up in the air. That's why I couldn't find them. No wonder I couldn't find them. I got a big mess to clean up, and I want to go inside and start cleaning up for my wife. But I would say that is a success. Hey, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching and supporting my channel. And I know that some of the stuff I do is sketchy, and you say, "Oh, I wouldn't have did it that way." That's okay. It's my car. Oh, I wouldn't have tore up that Pinto. That thing's a classic. If these Flasharks don't work on it, all I have to do is get some Mustang II coils, and I seen them on eBay. I can get them for like $75. Get some brand new coils made for 500 pounds, and I'll just bolt them right in. No harm, no foul. I can also get where I plasma cutted the A-arm out. I can get nice suspensions. This is the same suspension, cross members, everything as the Mustang II. Identical. They use the same. The only difference between this and the Mustang II is I think it's like just a couple feet further back, the trunk area. All they did was cut it off. The sheet metal won't bolt on it, but all the stuff is the same. The engine compartment is identical. And thank you guys so much. Please like and subscribe. I'm getting close to 2,000 subscribers now, and it really makes a difference when you like and press the notification and that kind of stuff. Helps the old algorithm out. And I know there's a lot of guys out there with a lot of really good channels, and there's a lot of guys out there with bad channels. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm right somewhere in the middle there somewhere. But I do some cool stuff, right? And we got some more stuff coming up here soon. We got some more stuff on the me-haul truck coming up. Probably going to do some stuff on my black pickup truck coming up, the F-350, as soon as I find the keys to it. I got my Chevy Trailblazer over there. The Chrysler Town and Country, that thing's finished. I got to sell that bad boy. But we may be putting a antique pickup body on top of the chassis on the Trailblazer. Now, the Trailblazer's in excellent shape. It's in perfect shape. I did a fuel pump change on it. It got it running. Then all of a sudden it stopped again. I think the wiring might be pinched when I redid it or something. I don't know. Or when I put it back up there, it was tight and then it pulled the plug loose. God bless each and every one of you. This is the truth that I know. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. The back coilovers on this, man, I had a hard time on it. Oh yeah, and I got some other stuff done on it. Show you. I did it yesterday when not on video. So I went ahead and put my cross member in through here. Got these all leveled up. And I got my wheel tubs all welded in place. So they're done now. Yeah, so the wheel tubs are done now. We're probably going to coat these things in a coat of fiberglass. And on the inside, we'll probably coat it with underlayment junk for cars. But the Pinto's coming together. Pinto's coming together. I decided this morning that I'm not going to use the dual point distributor. I'm going to use the one that came in the pickup truck out here, the DuraSpark. I have a DuraSpark here. You can convert these to points easy. It's the same distributor. You pull the gear thing out and put the point one thing in it. But we're not going to do that. We're going to use the DuraSpark. Reason being we're going to be using the DuraSpark is because the reason for using the dual point distributor is to get a long spark. On a dual point distributor, they don't spark exactly at the same time. One sparks and then the other one sparks like that. Like that. And what it causes is a really long spark and you get a good burn. With the electronic ignition systems, they give it a long spark instead of zit, zit. So the points just are real fast. And with the DuraSpark system, it sparks for an instant longer than it would be for points. And so I think we're going to go with the DuraSpark. At any time I can put a dual point thing back in it, it's easy. This is a points car. This car came with points. So, in the DuraSpark module, I have everything, the harness and everything from the brown log pickup truck that this motor came from. So it's only like 3 wires that you got to hook up and hook it up to the solenoid, and so it's not like it's rocket science. We can do this, and we'll do a video on converting it over to the DuraSpark. All right. What am I going to do next time? I don't know. All I know is I'm going inside and my feet are hurting me. My back's hurting me. I'm sure glad I didn't do anything too heavy today. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. the Honda Civic shocks, coilovers actually fit on the car with hardly any modifications. I was real surprised. It was harder to put the front ones on the rear of the Pinto than it was to do vice versa. They pretty much went right in and they're working. God bless you. I'll see you on the next Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. Man, this thing looks good. I can't believe that wasn't that bad to put in. All I know is it won't be long and I'm going to be running doing some donuts. My wife is going to be riding. Oh, man. Thank you. Yeah. Pinto's coming together.